This is Too Long for a Voice Note, a podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. Presented by Claire
and Enzo. Our podcast is produced in London. Some conversations are just too long for a voice note.
Hey, he's Enzo.
She's Claire.
And this is Too Long for a Voice Note. Hi everyone!
Hello everyone.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us for a brand new episode of our podcast.
Yes.
Please do remember to
subscribe, like, share, comment, and all of these things. Please
Do all
remember,
of the
if you're
things.
here for the first time and you're not subscribed
Yep.
yet, you need to do now. It's like here in the bottom of this side or this side. Which side is that side, right?
this side.
This side.
This side.
So, well, if you're listening to, you need to go to YouTube as well and follow us. I'm telling you. But yeah, if you haven't, this is the first time. Just
Exactly.
make sure that you subscribe to your channel. So thank you so much for doing it.
And if you're new
Yes.
here, this is our podcast, Too Long for a Voice Note. We are a weekly podcast. We
Yes.
give you new content every single week. We talk about big topics.
Important stuff.
Important things. We try to make
Yes.
things relevant. And the format of the podcast is that each of us prepares a secret topic. So the other person has literally no idea what the other person's going to talk
And
about.
we just go for it. And just we
Exactly.
talk about this. So sometimes the topics are a bit lighter,
Yeah.
sometimes they're a bit deeper. But we always try to give it a spin or a twist, or try to go around the topic and see where
sure.
we can go with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we have the social media channels. We do different little content, more fun, more carefree, more that type of thing. So make
So,
sure
yeah.
to check us whatever is your favorite platform. Or if you don't watch a podcast because maybe it's not your thing, you can listen to us literally anywhere. when you listen
Literally
to
everywhere.
podcasts. So
We're
you
everywhere.
you can go.
That's just a little bit about our podcast. So how was your
Yes.
weekend, so?
It's been a really quick week because I was off from work one day, so it was a very quick, fast week. Because I think when you're looking forward to that day, that
Yeah.
they're gonna be off earlier, kind of thing. And I requested a day off from next week as well, so I'm gonna have
Look
a
at you.
long weekend, guys,
Lovely.
doing nothing basically. But yeah, that's about it.
Nice.
It's a very relaxed week. Trying to adjust to autumn.
Adam.
But it's fine. How's been yours?
It was
Something
definitely
new,
not relaxed
something-
at all. It was definitely not. No, my week was literally so intense.
Yeah, you did something cool.
So intense. So like PTSD.
Give me something
No, I
cool.
just it was just so many different things. It just absolutely flew. When you're just
Yeah.
because I think as well, because the world is opening back up. I mean, it's opened back up. It's pretty normal life here.
Here
in
it's
London.
in London, it's nothing happened.
and just,
Literally, yeah.
Not to don't get me wrong, it's amazing to see people, but I think I saw a friend every night this week.
Kind of catching up with everything,
And it's
catching up with
mental.
life.
It's mental, and it's so
Yeah.
crazy because I was actually having this conversation with a friend of that I actually missed some of the elements of how quiet
Yeah.
life was in the
And when-
pandemic.
because I think you don't feel guilty to not see you. Before you
Yeah.
didn't feel guilty to not see some people, but right now, maybe sometimes if you need to cancel or you don't want to see someone, it's kind of like a guilt. It's
Because
it's
there's
a
no
weird
good
feeling.
reason, and
There's
also
no good reason
the
anymore.
money. You forget how much money you burn through. Just a simple dinner.
It's 2 weeks in a month, nothing.
Oy.
It's over. It's over,
But yeah,
guys.
but it was. I mean, it's really great to see friends that I haven't seen for a few
Yeah.
months and all of that. But I think I'm craving a bit of a bit of quiet.
It won't happen, Claire.
I know it
It's gonna
won't.
be your birthday coming, Christmas, things.
Your
It's that-
birthday,
my
as
birthday.
well. Yes,
So,
Sagittarius season is coming. Ooh.
no one cares but
I know.
us. It's if our fellow Sagittarius listener, they will get it. Hello.
Yes,
Hello,
exactly.
hello.
So
Well,
yeah, that's that.
Are we ready for
It's
talk?
my week this week. So
Yeah, it's your
time
week. It's
for
true.
Claire's secret topic of the week. Okay, you ready? He's not gonna like this, but I'm gonna
Oh my God!
fucking put him on the
What's
spot.
gonna be?
And so I have a question for you.
what if I love it? Okay. What if I love it?
Do you think you're addicted to your phone?
Oh. Well, you're so annoying.
Okay, so
Well, you need to expose me like this to everyone.
I'm gonna make Enzo do something
Oh,
on the podcast
No.
now that he has to do. I want Enzo to tell us what his screen time is, weekly screen
Oh,
time. So if you
God.
guys don't know, on iPhone, and I'm presuming on your, if you have
every
a
phone,
Samsung,
yeah.
every
phone. Every phone.
you can check how much time you're on your phone. Let me tell you, I'll get you to tell me yours first, and then I'll reveal mine as well.
Okay.
I was horrified.
I think
Absolutely.
I'm not I think I'm not
Horrified.
ready. And every single week, when you get the notifications, it's always going up.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the feelings that those give you. I want
Yeah.
to talk all about that. I want to talk about why this is, and I'm gonna
Oh,
give.
God.
I have here the average time that in the UK that people spend.
Oh, wow. And we'll
So-
see if you are inside. Okay.
So Enzo, I swear to God, I'm not gonna lie. I can't get my phone out because my phone is what we're recording the
yeah.
iPhone, the podcast
So-
on. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you. But I know Enzo's is gonna be worse than mine. There.
Ask Quinta.
Oh, I'm nervous
Okay.
for you.
I'm ready.
I'm nervous.
Oh, God, Claire. Oh. So it has to be like daily.
Oh.
I mean, it's 20. Whatever the number is, I have to say, it's 23% less from last week.
Tell
So-
everybody what it is, though, Enzo.
Oh no, it's updated now. It's now 6% less from last week. Okay. So daily average on my phone, it's 9 hours 31 minutes. That's more than that.
You have a sickness.
That I'm sleeping. I
You
sleep less than this.
You have a sickness, Enzo.
Oh,
I knew
this
yours
is
would be
bad.
worse. So you can actually break it down. I'm gonna put some screenshots
let's
in
see.
for our YouTube watchers,
Let's see.
and you can break it down to what apps you're using the most. For example,
Yes, it's interesting. Like for example, like WhatsApp is a number 1.
yeah, mine was the WhatsApp too.
Instagram is number 2.
Same.
Third is Spotify. Then Twitter, YouTube, clock, camera, Facebook, top stickers. Clearly, I love this. This is another topic for another day, but yes. Headspace, good. Photos, weather.
But you were on Headspace for what? 4 minutes? 3
Two-
minutes? Come on now. What were you on WhatsApp?
This is funny. Weekly.
And you can look at
On
how
the
many
10
times
hours weekly on WhatsApp. 9 hours on Instagram.
and you can do how many times you picked up your phone, Enzo.
120 times.
120 times you picked up your
Oh,
phone.
wow.
I feel so.
Okay.
Mine was
wow.
around 7 hours.
Okay.
So clearly we both need to like go to phone
Would
rehab
help.
or something like that. So the average, guess what you think the UK average is?
It's even more than mine. Time, really?
Guess what you think? What do you think it is? The
Like
average.
11 hours.
It's 3 hours and 23
3
minutes.
hours?
So there you go. We are sick.
What am I fucking going? We're fucking sick.
So I want to talk about
Okay, wow.
the reason why I actually brought this up was
Yeah.
because when
Like
this
seriousness
No,
now. Like the
serious
reason
now.
why we talk about this disease you guy has.
is that it's going to be like a few weeks out by the time this episode goes live, but I think it's still relevant. So obviously, as everybody will know, Facebook had a massive crash. So WhatsApp was unavailable, Facebook, Instagram, because they're all Facebook products. And you were like doing something different. You actually, ironically, like away from your phone for once.
That was funny, yeah, because I was like in a filming of a show, a TV show, and they take your phone away. And I was like 5 hours without my phone. And actually that happened when the crash. So
Yeah, so you didn't
I didn't
notice.
experience it. So for me, nothing happened.
For me, number one, I work in social media. So at first I noticed that I couldn't upload videos to Facebook. So that's one thing. And then I was like, the audacity. Why has no one messaged me on WhatsApp? What are they all doing? And then I realised, okay, it's like connecting, it's loading.
like, why no one loves me today? It's like, right.
Really, really bad.
Yeah,
But
I
I
get
think
it.
that's actually a serious thing,
Yeah,
that you do
yeah.
feel.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
But once that initial like horror calmed down, I felt really, really good. I felt really good. Like I was cooking. I mean, I cook every day like you anyway.
Yeah.
But when I'm cooking, I've noticed that I'll cook for a bit. Ooh, notification on WhatsApp. Ooh,
Yes.
go there.
You're never fully present.
Never fully present. I do working out. When I'm working out, I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
I'm literally
that's bad.
reply. I'm
like, that's
message.
bad.
I know. Trying to like shift the blame here.
Yeah, that's
I'm
horrible,
like,
Claire.
it's really, it's really, but it is really bad. And I noticed like this is so calming, like
Yes.
so calming, like so, and I felt so like present. And you know, it didn't even matter. And then also the other side of it was I really appreciated Instagram when I could go on there. I really appreciated being in contact with everybody on WhatsApp. But of course, that
It
feeling
goes away.
fades,
It
and then
fades
you're back
really
to like,
quick.
you're like 7 hours
Yes.
on the phone. So,
Interesting.
what are your thoughts about this? Do you feel you're addicted to your phone? I think the statistics speak for
I
themselves.
do love my phone.
I so love, yeah.
The thing is, like, I feel like I don't want to justify myself, and if by extension justify yourself as well, But I think because, for example, we got the podcast and we have our projects and things, so we're really connected to our phones because, for example, we share content on our social media through our phones. We check the episodes statistics through our phones. We create a lot of visual stuff with our phones. So I think we are in a, which is not, I'm not justifying this as a healthy thing, it's not, but we are so dependent on our phone because for what we do. I feel like our problem is that when we, and that's why it's a justification, but it's still really wrong, because when we're not working on anything related to what we do, we're still using the phone. It's not like, oh no, I have 9 hours in my phone because everything what I do with the podcast or my other projects or blah, 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 blah. No, because when I'm done with all of that, I'm still on my phone checking my personal profiles, my Instagram, on WhatsApp, and this, on that. So we are never really disconnected from anything.
No.
There's a really, really big problem. But I think also that's why we have so much time. If we didn't have the podcast, for example, we will have, hopefully, less time on the phone. I believe so.
I don't think so. I don't think so
they
at
will
all.
Find ways to
I think we're very
waste
like,
time there.
I think we're both very, because I think you're either a phone person or you're not a phone person.
Yeah.
I just think that's true. Like, and I think we're both very phone people, and I think it's something about connection for us.
Connection
somehow.
Yes.
Because it's interesting that, like, for me, for both of us, our most used app is WhatsApp. That, for me, I would take WhatsApp any day over Instagram. Instagram, I didn't even mind that, you know, because I don't really like talk to people on Instagram. I like it. Yeah. But WhatsApp, it was, and then I was actually thinking, you know, and I think this was something that probably came up for a lot of people. So, for example, for you, your family's in Venezuela. Yeah. A lot of people rely on WhatsApp as a primary means of communication with their family. And so I think it could be quite, like, anxiety inducing to kind of like lose that connection. Like what happens if like something happens? Like I live alone. Like what happens if I need to like contact somebody? We got so used to get connected. And it's quite dangerous in like different, I mean, I don't really want to talk about how it's dangerous in terms of like Facebook monopolizing all of those things. Because I think that's a whole different topic. But I want to talk about more in terms of like being present, the way that we use our phones, communication, connection, that kind of thing.
So, on your daily routines, which are the moments that you don't use your phone?
I don't use my phone.
Yeah.
Well, I Enzo, doing what? Well, I actually, fun fact, if anybody's interested, I actually really struggle, like Enzo as well, but I really struggle in the morning. I'm a really grumpy human being in the morning. I need to have like quiet time.
No one has time for mornings.
At all. So yeah, I decided this year to create a more kind of like nice slow morning routine, so I don't actually wake up with my phone anymore.
Really good.
I have like an actual alarm clock. It brightens up, and it's meant to be like
whatever
sunlight, you know.
Okay. That's actually a good
idea. I
idea.
don't go on my phone until about 10 or half 10.
Good
like
idea.
I have my I don't reply to you until like 10 probably, do I? Because because I have the notifications on WhatsApp. If I see a load of notifications on WhatsApp or Instagram, I get so overwhelmed, and I just like I need like a coffee. I need to I need to meditate. Blah blah blah. So that is really important to me. But from there on, I'm done. I'm attached to my phone.
Fucked. I think I like, you know, it's funny because we get so used to it. And the solution is stop doing it kind of thing, like put the phone aside and that's it. It's as simple as that. But we get so used to it that sometimes, and I know, because for example, I like to cook. And I know when I cook, I'm relaxed. I'm more relaxed.
Yeah.
And when I'm cooking, I'm not checking my phone because I'm focused on cooking.
Yeah.
And if I have something, I have the music on. And I feel so relaxed. And even if I know I'm relaxed cooking and not checking my phone, I'm still checking my phone. You know what I mean? I know the feeling of being disconnected from my phone makes me feel good, but I'm still then I'm after connecting my phone. I'm not like actively like, I will try to be more disconnected from my phone because it knows well for me. So yeah, but I think it doesn't help the fact that we are creative people and we try to be like, we're creative. I mean, this is an excuse, of course, but if you are really interested on something, even if you're interested on, I don't know, sports, and you want to be always connected on what's going on with some match or something or some things, you have to be on all the time. So that makes you kind of like, you know what I mean?
There's a couple of things I was thinking about as well when you were asking me that, because it's weird. Like, and please do ever call me out on this if I do this, but I hate it. I'll wait for my moment. But I think we're both really good at this. Like, I don't like it when people are on their phone when they're with you. So when I'm with somebody physically, I think I definitely do put my phone away, and
try my
therefore
best
I
as
feel
well.
very like connected.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's such a horrible feeling, I find, when it's like a group together and everybody's on their phones. It's like it kind of. I listened to another podcast years ago, and this communication specialist was like, "You're like another podcast.
I was
Don't
like,
don't even
excuse me.
mention the name." But
There's another
she,
podcast.
I think I said this to you before. The communication specialist was saying, if you're having dinner with somebody and you have your phone on the table, face up like this, and you don't look at it, the other person really believes that you're not listening to them. So even if you put it down, they
will
still
create
think it as
different.
well. The only way is to get the phone out.
I get it.
Because you subconsciously think, are they going to check it? Is the phone going to go? You can't even help
that's
it,
true,
but
yeah.
it's so true. And there's honestly nothing worse than like having dinner with somebody and they're like checking it. It's so rude in a way, but I also understand that it's not that people don't think you're good company. It's just that we are addicted.
Yeah.
I think to kind of answer my initial question, I do think we are addicted to our phones.
Well, I think we really are, and I think that our generation is all about that. Also, because the phone has everything. To be honest, you can watch stuff, you can listen to stuff, you can be communicated, you can watch the news. It's like literally this. I don't know what is. Well, the thing that it's not here. I would say communication, but you can also get communicated. But like I think human connection as a human to human is the only thing that it cannot be replaced probably by the phone, because the rest we do everything with our phones.
But I think we're especially bad, and I want to know why that is, because one of my really close friends, Emma, hello Emma, if you're watching or listening, we were having this conversation, and she checked her screen time, and it was like 2 hours or something like that. And she's like my age, she's a bit younger, but like, and I believe like Wince would be like that. I believe that Rodrigo will be like that. Our friends who are the same age. I think that and you can say it's to do with the podcast. And also, of course, we're on WhatsApp together all the time because we are speaking about the podcast. And obviously, me and Enzo like a chat.
Yeah.
Like,
I just wonder. I think we should do something. I will turn this to you back.
Okay.
I think we should try to change some of our patterns for a week.
I think
then
so too.
next week, see how much we
Okay.
went down. To see, I don't know what, but we need to, let's try to do like this little challenge.
Yeah.
So you will check, my time, your time already. So next week, let's find ways during this week, like how to turn down.
put the usage down.
Just and then we share next week how it went and how much we went down. So that will be
I think
interesting.
it's a really good idea. I think the thing is as well, it's like when you give something up, right? Like maybe when you're giving up cigarettes, for example.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would imagine that you need to like replace the cigarette with something.
Yeah.
So because I think that picking up your phone statistic is really interesting, because do you not find that you literally just go for your phone and then you
do
think,
nothing, just to open
what?
it.
Wait, why did I pick up my phone?
For nothing,
It's just an urge. That's all it is. So what are some ways that we can, and maybe you guys as well, if you're watching or listening and thinking, oh my God, I want to change my relationship with my phone, what are some ways that we're going to implement to reduce that screen time?
I have an idea of this, because
Okay.
I think it's something that I experienced this week. While I was working, my phone was low in battery because I forgot to charge my phone over the night.
Okay.
Because I always charge my phone over the night, so I make sure that my phone is charged the whole day.
Take such good care of the phone, you see?
Right.
An addict. An addict
Right.
knows that.
So it's full of energy, blooming, shiny. So that day, I forgot to charge over the night. So like, I don't know, like at 2 p.m., it was low in battery.
Oh.
So I need to charge my phone. But I decided to charge my phone in my room. So it was in my room charging, and I was in my living room working. Literally, like, I spent like probably like 2 hours and a half working, calm, relaxed, non-stop.
Didn't you get so much more done? I bet.
Of course. And I felt like I was a really good experiment, because I also feel relaxed, and I didn't feel like, because when I'm working, I have my phone next to me, I feel like I have the urge or the need to check the phone because something maybe it's happening. But truth is, nothing was happening, and I was actually relaxed, focused on my work, and like I was working, like, okay, I finished whatever I need to finish. It was fine, and I didn't feel like so anxious about it. So I think that maybe be a thing, like maybe put your phone in like an airplane mode for like an hour, and let's try to
out
do
of
like,
mind, out of sight as well, I think. So for me, I think if I put my phone in airplane mode but it's in front of me, I'm going to check it. So you're right, it's about putting it in a different room. So that's one thing that we're going to try.
Put it in a
Number
different
two,
room.
I think, because I know we do this, and I think, don't take the phone to the toilet with you.
Oh God, so difficult. I always feel like it's such a waste of time.
I
This is
know.
random. This is such
I
a
know.
toxic thing.
I know.
But I feel sometimes like going to the toilet is such a waste of time, because like
agree.
avoid time. Like I'm going there, I'm going to whatever I need to do, and it's such a boring routine. So I always feel like, how can I use my time better, which is bad, but always feeling like, how can I fill those gaps with things to do so I'm not wasting time. So even the fact of going to pee or something, you need to fill with something else, so you're gonna feel like you're doing something more than just a basic thing that we should be present, I guess, sometimes.
And this is where I think that we can use the podcast or our side projects as a bit of an excuse. So for example, for me, when I'm going to the bathroom, full disclosure, those captions that you're reading on Instagram, I'm often writing them when I'm on the toilet, because it's like, I don't have time, you know.
So you
like,
take the time to.
We're editing pictures. I'm often doing that on the toilet, because it's because I have a really busy job, and then I want to give something to Enzo so that he's not waiting for me, and then and like, and it is a bit dead time, but it's like, I feel in general, it's about being present and being mindful. So if we're cooking, we're cooking. If we're cleaning our teeth, we're cleaning our teeth. If we're working out, we're working out. If we're on our phone, then we're on our phone as well. I had another really good, sorry to interrupt you there, really good tip, which I thought it was a good tip. I don't massively like it, but it was like, only like look at emails and reply to messages on your computer. Don't do it on your phone.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because it's like less easy to do it then. Because you know what actually really irritates me about myself as well. This is like one of the final things, and then we'll do our recap.
Yeah.
But it's like that. Again, with sleep, I think this is so key, because I've noticed that I'm just not sleeping enough. I'm probably sleeping like 6 hours, and that's
really
just
bad.
Really not.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm just trying anything to just put the blame
throw
back
me
to
under
you.
the
You're
bus,
like, oh,
literally.
okay. I have a problem with the phone. You wouldn't have a problem with sleeping. That's worse. Any excuse.
So you're gonna get wrinkled really early.
Do you think J-Lo, she sleeps 6 hours? No,
I actually heard J-Lo say that she sleeps a lot. Do you
I
remember?
bet.
She was.
Like
I bet that
10.
woman. I bet she does. But you don't look that good on like 6 hours of sleep.
Yeah,
Anyway, any excuse to throw J-Lo into the conversation. You know that thing of you are almost self-sabotaging. Do you feel that?
True.
Especially because I love to read. I love reading, and reading on my Kindle, again, another screen, but it is what it is the last thing that I do before sleep. But I'm literally reading for about 20 minutes.
Because
I'm just like, what am I even doing on that phone for like 40 minutes? I'm in the bed for like, say 40 minutes. I'm and then I'm
unnecessary stuff.
And then I'm reading, and it's just so that is self-sabotage.
Yeah, because we're doing it just for doing it.
Completely. This is not really about this, but it kind of is, and my relationship to my phone, and why I feel like Instagram is important. It's actually not about what you think it's about, but for me, I have such a sadness of like, this life now that we're having is not going to be forever. Like the nights that we have with our friends, like nothing nights, just sitting around playing board games and drinking. Yeah. One day that will be a memory, and it makes me sad. And so I have such a need to like document everything, and that's why I take a lot of pictures. And like I would do Insta stories. It's not for anyone else to show, look how great my life is. It's more like a memory, because this is like, it's not always going to be like that, because we may all move, or like we may not always be friends forever. We will all be friends forever, obviously. But like, do you know what I mean? And that I think do you have that thing of like, it's kind of like a nostalgia, and that's kind of actually what my phone, it's so about that, and like connecting with like my loved ones, and like documenting. But then again, I feel like these nights where like we don't really do anything without it being on social media. Like there's really nothing else. Like if you see it, like that's it. But then it's like, am I being fully present? Because I'm thinking of like, oh my god, this is like so great. Like one day we're not going to have this, and it's not like I don't enjoy it. I love it, but I'm also very like, I need to document this.
About document stuff, I think there's something that we could try that we did in the past, but not as much, because it's not really that sustainable and not that easy, because it implies more money. But the fact, for example, to buy like a disposable camera, or buy a fucking camera that you can put like a like a proper film in it. And we do it sometimes. We have the Polaroids, or we have like a disposable camera. I remember like last year when it was my birthday, we had a disposable camera, and it was such a good thing because we were not on our phones. And I remember we spent so much time like taking photos with the camera, laughing, and we create memories. I have memories of screaming at Rodrigo, like, Rodrigo, it's not the bottom, it's the other one. It's like, and that create, and we will never forget that. And we also were very present, and then we were waiting for the photos, and we have this like real piece of photo. So maybe a solution would be sometimes, because I was thinking like, I'll document the memories. it's not the easiest thing because it implies more money and more time and more things. But maybe sometimes it's good to just like, if you have an event that you don't want to forget, just bring your camera and try to not do it always with your phone.
I think I want to buy like a proper film camera because I think it's such a nice idea, and like
it's very hipster and very like, oh my god, yes.
Oh my god. But we are who we are.
Exactly. No, and you know, whatever is important for you, it's important. That's it. You know, so for you, it's important to document something.
For whatever reason that is behind it. And I think that's the thing. It's like because sometimes if people say like, oh my god, Claire, you're always on Instagram. It's like, it's not that I'm trying to portray a certain thing to anybody else. I really don't care. It's that now Instagram for our age, especially for the younger people, it will probably be TikTok in a way, but like Instagram for us is like memories. So Enzo has 60 seconds to tell us what he's taken away from this topic, please, and go.
I really, really love this topic, and I think it's always the elephant in the room, in the corner, because I think people don't like to talk about it too much because we are all guilty. People, us. No, but you know what I mean. But I feel like I really want us to try this, to give it a go for a week and see what's at least how much can we reduce in a week, but being like mindful of it, which is again goes to the topic that we are on, with our phones, we're not fully present. We're always somewhere else, or we're like skimming around, clicking, we're everywhere, but not really present. So what if we do everything in a present way, even with our phones? What will be the outcome? So I think we should do it, and we should really try, and then we can share these findings with people. So I feel it's really important to be really mindful with our phone and try to like. I just crazy that I spend more time on my phone than sleeping.
Yeah, that really
got me. So I think we have to be more mindful of it and see what's the outcome.
And you're
that's
done.
My thoughts to it.
Amazing. Well, I guess the moral of the story is we're not going to become J-Lo if we keep on spending 9 hours a day on our phone.
I don't think she spent that much on her phone.
Oh, hell no.
She's probably
Ben is waiting for a message for hours from J-Lo. We know it. We just know it. Well, guys, please do tell us in the comments, what is your relationship like with your phone?
You know what? I think we should also post on Instagram like a poll up and see what people to submit us their average time. We will do it on our Instagram. So guys,
exactly, we're going to encourage you to use your phone more on Instagram, of course, to give our social media platforms
everything is a full circle of shit that we can get out.
I love to see, and I think you can't pretend like you don't have a relationship with social media and your phone. We do have a relationship. It's a thing in our life, a big thing in our life, and we have to really, like every other relationship in your life, you have to question the pros and the cons. And
really wise reflection.
So many years of therapy.
As any other, I like that.
True. Well, guys, thank you, love. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening.
See you next week. Thank you very much.
Bye guys.